This is Mike Tyson. The following is a brief documented history of the crap life of the savage animal known as the baddest man on the planet, Mike Tyson. Tyson grew up on the rough streets of Brooklyn and witnessed daily crime and violence. It wasn't long before he followed suit. He started with petty theft before moving up to robbery, and soon he realised he was a natural fighting machine, tallying up to 15 charges of assault before he reached his 13th birthday.
It was so exciting. To me, the world is so vastly different. You could never understand the action and the excitement of it all.
At age 13, Tyson was sent to a juvenile centre for attempted murder.
You know, you had to actually get Academy Award for this, you say. And it was just, I don't care. I had a great time. You know what I mean? It was a great learning experience in life.
He was a teenage mugger and predator with 38 arrests as a juvenile.
Whilst in juvenile detention, Mike Tyson took a great interest in boxing. It was soon noticed by his trainer Bobby that he had a great talent, and he was introduced to Customado. Cus took Tyson under his wing and began his championship training.
Cus helped him a great deal, and I wanted to be a boxer. I wanted to box with the kids.
We trained them, myself and Teddy, at the beginning. We trained them steadily until finally started to get boxing, and then he developed the ability to slip punches and so forth. When he got to the point of slipping punches, we had a difficult time getting people to box with him.
That's it. There you go. Now you got, again. Who's the last guy to stop? Time. Very good. That's what I mean. I want to do something that no fighter ever done violently in the ring. I want to do that. I don't want to actually kill somebody, you know what I mean? But things like Jack Dempsey broke people's eye sockets. And that's, to me, man, that's a high. That's, you know, just to see that guy did this.
Cus's training paid off, and Tyson's ability quickly rose. It wasn't long before he had his first title shot, in which he annihilated the current champion.
Team Tyson was the perfect team for boxing.
Because what? Because he was knocking guys out. He was knocking guys. Every time he threw the punch, he threw with bad intentions.
As Tyson's power rose, so did his level of aggression.
Because he started knocking guys, he was knocking guys out in the gym. And I think that he actually turned inward and had it work for him. That's what I believe happened.
Mike Tyson quickly rose to fame and glory, and along the way met and fell in love with a lady called Robin Gibbons. They were quickly married, but their happiness would not last. It emerged after a year of marriage that Tyson had been relentlessly beating Robin. When Robin left Mike, he fell into a bout of depression. Many believed the champ would never recover. Unknown to the public, he had already found comfort in a new father figure and manager, Don King.
I knew Mike Tyson from 1980 to 1988. Once he was kidnapped into this Don King cult. He never returned one of my phone calls. I don't know if my messages were ever given to him.
King trained Mike to be a killing machine, but something was still clearly missing, and Buster Douglas destroyed Tyson in their first match under King.
And he just paced Mike. I mean, he gave him a beating.
We'll finish things in. Oh, the uppercut. What an uppercut by Douglas.
We acknowledge the fact that Buster Douglas put on a brilliant performance.
Shortly after his loss, Mike was arrested on charges of rape. Tyson had been accused of raping a contestant in the Miss Black America pageant. Tyson denied the charges. Mike met the victim at the after-show party. She then accompanied him back to his hotel room, which is where he allegedly raped her.
The situation that occurred was, it's totally ridiculous. You know, I didn't hurt anyone or do anything to anyone. You know, I love women. You know what I mean? My mother's a woman. I respect them as well. And of course, you know what I mean? Every time I trust one and get involved with one in a certain way like this, something happens. So I'm confused. So I'm just lost from the whole issue that happened today.
All through the trial, Don King pronounced Tyson's innocence.
His constitutional right. Mike Tyson is now synonymous to due process, the Constitution of this great United States.
But King's persistent pleas were hopeless, and Tyson was found guilty by a jury of his peers.
And what I want to say is, while we're confident of the verdict, and while we remain steadfast in our posture versus the crime that was committed, we do have a sense of compassion for any defendant who's convicted of a crime and faces the uncertain future that this young man does.
Tyson, now a Muslim, had his sentence cut in half for good behaviour. The recently released Tyson re-signed a deal with Don King for $10 million, which ensured him a title shot against Evander Holyfield. Tyson was expected to easily win.
I truly believe that the fight will be tough until I convince him that I am the man.
For only the second time in Tyson's career he was defeated, but it wouldn't be long before the champion got another shot at Evander Holyfield and the title.
Tyson wasn't in good shape, and he was believing his press clippers, I guess, and Holyfield proceeded to give him another beating.
Tyson's fear of failing again caused him to sink to his lowest levels yet. During a grapple with the champion, Tyson bit into his ear and severed a section clean from his head. Tyson was quickly disqualified from the competition, and he was booed by the outraged fans and supporters.
He landed some big punches that did not have any effect on Holyfield. I think a feeling deep inside himself that he was going to lose again, and he didn't want to get knocked out, so this was an exit out of the fight without getting knocked out.
Tyson's entourage began to attack the booing crowd. This soon turned into a full-scale riot.
I was inside the casino and some people just started doing shots fired.
This time Tyson had gone too far. He was officially banned from all forms of boxing sports, and his license was revoked. Tyson was soon pitted in a vicious legal battle with King over King's alleged theft of millions of Tyson's hard-earned money. Tyson lost his legal battle with King and was left broke and alone. All of his former trainers and employees had left him. He was now a shell of the former champion he once was. Tyson had finally learned what it meant to pay your penance.
Oh, he is a victim, but he's also responsible for his own actions. Don King didn't rape Desiree Washington. Don King didn't bite Evander Holyfield's ear.
You know, the fighters, the ones that broke, died in furnished apartments. Legendary fighters, peerless fighters, there's no man to match them at their prime, wind up broke, died, you know what I mean, with no money.